Okay, so what you can see is I'm draining the hose of brake fluid right now. You don't want to get this stuff on your hands. It's pretty caustic and it will not make your life pleasant. So this is a 12 millimeter banjo bolt right here that goes right in the middle of the slave cylinder. Just as a general practice, as long as this is not holding, as long as your bolt isn't holding anything back on your motor, I always try to reattach it where it goes so that you don't have to remember that, because trust me, you'll forget. So we'll go ahead and open up the slave cylinder here, let that hose drain. This is an 8 millimeter bolt, all three of these here. And they are definitely stiff. They've been sitting for quite a while. When I put these back in here, I will probably use some of the thread lock, because this should not be something that I have to do very often. But we want to be sure these are all taken care of right now. So I'm working on a 1983 Honda Magna 750. I got it off Craigslist for a guy. It had been sitting in a garage for at least, from what he could remember, 5 years that it had been actually in the garage, and it had been sitting for a while before that. So it's got some rusty parts. I have not yet been able to even tear the carbs off. I tried and failed miserably. I didn't want to break anything and didn't know 100% what I was doing at that point. So we will go back and do that, and there will be video of that and all the struggles that go into it. So you'll be able to learn right along with me as well, or just get new experience. So again, I always try to put the same bolts back in their original places, but until then, we got to set them out here. So try to keep them clean, especially when you're dealing with all the brake fluid and stuff. So yeah, we'll pull this off of here. I have a rag underneath it here. You don't want to get the brake fluid on your bike. This is obviously not a pretty paint job, but you want to make sure that as much as possible you can keep that from getting all over the place too. So you're going to pull this out, and this is very typical from what I've heard. There is some nasty stuff inside of here. If you can see all the yellow around there, and then I'll zoom in here on the actual spot where it comes on the inside of that bad boy there. You can see that yellow nasty gunk in there. After they've been sitting for a while, that's pretty typical. So we just got to go in and clean it all out, make sure it gets nice and cleaned up, and then we'll come back and we'll put on the new pieces and be good to go.